Okay, you're here. We're back. Thank you, Westchester, for showing up for us tonight. We're proud to have you, proud to be here again. We are going to get started with some great pitches from the startups that have come from your community. We're going to say a few opening statements so you have extra context on what's going on tonight, how to take advantage of it. But before we get to that, a word from our Deputy County Executive.
Hi, I'm Ken Jenkins, Deputy County Executive. Clearly, I'm not George Latimer, right? That who is in the program. But you know what happens is I am just going to make sure to continue to do what we did in the very beginning. So this is so exciting. Come on, give it up for yourselves to get into this part. This is the exciting part of this particular program in Element 46, where our 11 founding organizations and groups get to pitch. And I like to say, and I say this every time, both Deb Novick and Bridget Gibbons, give it up for our economic development team and our leaders, right? That everyone's a winner. And you go, well, that's not really true, right? Well, that is true, because the time that you have taken and putting it into yourselves and working with all of the great folks at Sella, working with all of your networking opportunities, having practiced the pitches to whoever you have to do, this is going to be a culmination of the exciting work that you've already put in. So yes, you are all winners, because at the end of the day, you're going to be able to make your pitches to some of the great venture capitalists that are in the room and other economic development partners that are here, and we're going to see you fly. And that is the exciting part of Element 46. So again, congratulations for making it to tonight. But I know that it's going to be so exciting for what you are going to continue to do for Westchester County, the state of New York, the country, and around the world. So best of luck tonight, and congratulations for getting to this point. Back to you, John.
Okay, thank you, Ken. I'm John Lynn. I'm the Managing Director of the Element 46 program and the CEO of Sella Innovation, which has partnered with the county to produce this program and bring these startups together. I'm going to talk a little bit about our path here and what we're hoping to accomplish for the county through the program. But first, our Director of Entrepreneurship and Innovation, Deborah Novick, to talk a little bit about the greater ecosystem here in Westchester.
Hello, everyone. This is one of my favorite 2 nights of the year when I get to see all these founders and all these pitches and this full room of people from Westchester or wherever they're from. I know there's at least one person from New Jersey here who have come out to see what we're accomplishing with Element 46. But why do we do this work? Why are we here? You know, in our office, our goal is to make Westchester County the best place it can be to start a business, to work, to live. And we have a lot of natural assets that support this. You know, we have our location, we have our parks, we have the Hudson River, we have the Sound Shore, we have beautiful towns and villages, and we supplement those natural assets with programs, networking opportunities, education, job fairs. We do so many things in our office that probably nobody knows about. Whatever we can think of to improve things. But one of the key roles that we play is convening. You know, people are not a community unless they know each other. And businesses, even if they're all doing something similar, are not an industry sector or an ecosystem unless they know each other. So one of the things that we think is really important is to make things that are happening but are sort of invisible, visible, and bring people together. And that's one of the things that we're doing tonight. So the tech sector here has been largely invisible, but since we started doing this work, over 100 Westchester-based tech founders have applied to this program. And over 100 people responded and said they wanted to come to this event. And a lot more people said they wished they could come, but they had a conflicting engagement. So we're really starting to see that there's a lot going on here. And if we can continue to bring people out, we can really turn this into a tech ecosystem instead of, you know, a sort of hidden secret in Westchester. So I want to thank you all for being here for that reason. And as you're meeting each other and listening to these pitches and networking out there, I'd like you to be also thinking that this doesn't have to be just a once-a-year thing. You could be involved with our tech ecosystem all the time. You could be introducing people that we don't already know. You could be telling us about meetups and conferences and opportunities that we don't know about to bring people together. There are two wonderful sponsors here that we're so grateful to. Sandy Woolman and some of his other angels from the Westchester Angels Group are here supporting the program. Eliza Edge is here from the Hudson Valley Venture Hub, which is the innovation hotspot for our region. She's putting on a lot of amazing entrepreneurship programs, including other pitch nights. Maybe there are other organizations that want to get involved with us and sponsor what we're doing, or just come to what we're doing, or maybe we want to know what they're doing and we can go to their events. So that's, besides listening to the pitches and thinking how you can help the founders that are here, I'd like you to be also thinking about how we can do more effective convening so that this ecosystem gets richer and deeper and more effective. I'll just give you a tiny few facts about the tech landscape here. I have to read them because I don't have them memorized. But I looked up on PitchBook today to see, how active is the investment landscape in Westchester. So in 2020, there were 34 deals. This is just venture, not, huge company stuff. 34 deals, $207 million was invested. In 2021, there were 38 deals, investing $277 million in capital. In 2022, there were 53 deals, and there was actually $880 million that was invested, but one deal, which was Sandbox AQ, was $500 million. So if we take that out, it's $380 million. And in 2023 so far, we got a couple weeks to go, 35 deals raising $335 million. So, right on track to match or exceed last year. So I'm feeling pretty excited about that. According to PitchBook, they have documented 339 unique entities that have raised venture capital in Westchester, taking in more than $4 billion from 1,000 different investors in close to 800 separate transactions. So personally, I don't really know about any of those transactions, which just gets back to where I started. This thing's invisible, but it's really happening. So again, I just want to thank you all for being here and give the founders your attention.
So welcome back to Element 46. As Deborah said, this is a dynamic ecosystem at this point. There's something really special happening in Westchester County as a sort of bridge between the greater opportunities and resources of the Hudson Valley and now the #1 startup ecosystem in the world in New York City. Now, alongside Element 46 tonight, as Deborah stated, we also have Westchester Angels, led by Sandy Woolman, and the Hudson Valley Venture Hub, led by Eliza Edge. And that's really special tonight because this is the third time we've done this demo day in partnership between Cella and Westchester County. But this is a great showing of what's the potential is in this region through a community, through an ecosystem like we see here with us tonight. Because this audience includes people from all three of these organizations and beyond. So what we're in a position to build here is really great, and we thank our partners and our sponsors for being a part of that. Thank you, Eliza. Thank you, Sandy. Yes. So as we go into tonight, I want to sort of level set and make sure we're all on the same page about what we're here to recognize. And that is the 11 startups that have been selected for this fall's Element 46 Accelerator. Now, the word accelerator is still pretty new. We've maybe all heard of the term incubator, studio, innovation lab, and it's really not clear how these things are different or how they're the same. So what we mean when we talk about an accelerator program here at Cella, here at Element 46, is a program that has specific elements. It's got a curriculum, it has a community behind it, and it has a cohort. And that means that there's very special things that can happen between the learning that happens in the curriculum, the community that comes forward, that's all of you tonight, are examples of it, but also is our mentor network, and the cohort themselves. These 11 startups have been selected from many startups that have applied to this program, as Deborah said, over the past 18 months, but now are in a really great position to be helping each other long term. And the other alumni that are here have had that experience too, haven't you? Yeah? We have some alumni here tonight? Yeah, oh, they're all sitting together. Cute. See? They stick together, like I said. That's one of the really important things that happens in these programs. It means that these startups have been through 30 hours of curriculum in the last 10 weeks. They've had more than 100 meetings with me and my staff. a similar amount of meetings with their own lead mentors and other mentors that are not their lead mentors. I see Mike Moretti over there. He's one of our great ones. Hi, Mike. And they've really had a deep experience through this program for the last 10 weeks. So they're here to talk to you about where they're going next. Now, in terms of this program, it's something that was launched in June 2022. The county had innovated its own incubator, Element 46, prior to the pandemic. But seeing the growth that was occurring inside of Westchester and inside of the ecosystems around it, the county, Deborah and Bridget, saw a special moment to amplify the program into something that could bring it all together. So we announced the program in a press conference last June. We were on the NASDAQ right after, and there's Sandy with us. Sandy was the first person we got introduced to support the program here in Westchester. Business Insider picked it up. So this was something that immediately caught the attention of the worldwide global tech scene. But the question remained, we know the startups are here. Is the program going to bring them together? The answer is yes. Because we have, for the third time, 11 tech startups that you could see at any world-class accelerator here with us tonight, having gone through our program. And they joined 22 other tech startups that have been generated through the program over the past 18 months. And this is the foundation of a really great ecosystem that we can all be a part of tonight. Before we get to the startups, and I promise that's where we're going next, thank you to the Rexon team. This venue has become a really special part of our program. It's kind of the home of this community. It's the third time we've done the demo day here. All of the alumni have pitched their venue, their startups here. So we want to thank the Rexon team for continuing to partner with us on this event. And so I'm going to hand it over to our first pitcher now. But before I do, I want to make a request. As you hear these pitches, as you listen to the founders, be amazed by what they're building, by who they are, their domain expertise, the revenue and the traction they've created so far. It's cool, it's fun. But also, use that notepad in your program. And think about the connections that you can make for these founders. Think about the skills and resources that you have that you can share with them. And then bring that out in networking afterwards. And I promise that'll be the best way to make the most of your time tonight, not just the founders. Are you in? Okay. All right, well then let's do it. Let's start off with Paper Plane.
Hello, everybody. It is nice to see you all. Thank you all for coming out on what I think is quite a cold night to hear 11 amazing companies talk to you today. My name is Simone Joyce. I am the CEO of Paper Plane, and I lead a team of about 40 people who at this moment are all working in Brisbane, Australia. We raised our Series A round in February this year, and part of that raise was to have me come to America and establish our company here. And tonight is the first time that I'm speaking about that to a widely public audience, so I better make it good. We are going to talk about recurring payments today. Recurring payments are amazing, and you might have all had one happen to you today or this week, and most likely this month. These are the type of payments that you set up when you allow a business to take money out of your bank account or off your credit card. There's a lot of them in our lives. We could have loan repayments, mortgages, rent, everything all the way through what we do every day down to Netflix subscriptions. The average consumer in this country has 12 of these type of payments automatically coming out of their financial world every month. That's a lot of payments. These are micro financial moments that accumulate and create problems if they're not managed well. MasterCard thinks that by 2025, $1.5 trillion will be the value of just the subscription slice of this market. But all of these payments are fluid and flexible and prone to life. And that means there's a lot of problems that are also growing with this industry. Now, we're not going to talk about all of them tonight. We're going to focus on a couple. I want to talk about fraud. Fraud is another subject I like to speak about. First-party fraud is something that is growing quite quickly. It is now the number one cause of e-com fraud. That's where you pick up the phone to the bank and go, oh, I don't recognise this payment, unauthorised. And your bank goes, oh, no problems, we'll get that money straight back for you. And then the business has to send that money back at a cost of $3.75 to every $1 they send back. Now, none of you would do this, but people do that even if they do know what that transaction is and they have authorised that transaction simply to get the money back. It's a hard problem to solve, but we do. We have created recurring payment agreement infrastructure through our smart payment agreement technology. It is system agnostic. It is a payment system overlay that sits over the top of ACH, of debit, of credit, of real-time payments, and anything else you want to plug into the system. And we create a web of smart agreement IDs that protect consumers, help businesses grow and protect their revenue, and also help banks, financial institutions participate in this very, very valuable space where they have not been able to before. A smart payment agreement is a dynamic, enhanced smart contract. We verify that you are the payer by checking your contact details are accurate, and then you go through and you create an explicit consent flow. We log that in an events-based database that is linked to a smart payment agreement ID. And that ID will then grow and expand over the lifetime of your relationship with the business and with you, the payer. You get transparency and control, and the business gets a surety and automated care. The financial institution gets to grow their transactional revenue, their product revenue, and help to combat fraud in an environment where we're increasingly leaning towards financially responsible tools. The financial institution is our client. They help us by distributing access to smart payment agreement infrastructure to businesses and payers. We're not doing this alone. Australia's largest bank is our client and shareholder, alongside some of those other names which are banks in Australia, and MasterCard, which is a global partner for us. My name is Simone Joyce. I would love to talk to you later about smart payment agreements. Thank you very much.
Hello, everybody hear me okay? Okay. I hate forms. I really hate forms. And I'm not alone. Most people hate forms. Did you know that only 10% of people who start a form actually complete them? And this does not account for all the people who don't even start the form because they hate forms so much. My name is Jason Van Anden, and I created Jotto, which replaces forms with video and AI, making it easy to collect and understand feedback from the public. Okay, whether you're a local government or a local business, these are the three ways in which you'll typically go about getting feedback from a community. Forms, which we've already, gone over. Okay, public hearings or focus groups, which are inefficient. People don't want to do them because it takes a long time, and I know this. You can wait hours for your minute and a half in front of the mic. And then social media no longer promotes civil discourse. So what are we left with? We're left with either special interests who are paid to participate, or angry people with a lot of time on their hands. Okay, this is a well-meaning community outreach. We documented a community outreach campaign that the MTA did. And look at all these steps. Scan a code. Starts out pretty good. I get a really long form. Buried in there is a link to a survey that I got to fill out. It gives me the option of video. But if I do that, really, I'm going to go to my camera, record it, right? Then I got to go find the video back in the browser. No one's going to do this. Okay, with Jotto, you scan the code, you speak your mind, and you're done. That's it. There's no registration, nothing. We make sense of all that information using AI. So it's easy for the residents, it's secure, it's private. And for leaders, let's say you got 1 million videos, we don't care. The AI takes care of it. You don't have to watch any of the videos. We'll put some aside if you want to see the highlights. You can watch all the videos if you want. And if you do, you get to see real faces and hear real voices. A little background. I grew up in Yorktown Heights, inspired by the amazing IBM pioneers that I got to be around in the early 70s, or mid 70s, and late 70s. I have a 27-year-old Westchester County company that develops software. We're known for 3 greatest hits. The I'm Getting Arrested app for Occupy Wall Street in 2011, which was the first mobile panic button app. Mobile Justice, which was the first video bystander app, and Work It for United for Respect. Traction. We started to approach local government in June of this year after we filed our patent. The product's production ready. The reaction's been amazing. We've had some great pilots already. And in about a week and a half, eRepublic, the authority on government tech, is hosting us at their Government Technology Forum in New York City in a week and a half. What are we looking for? We'd love to do a pilot here in Westchester, so if you happen to know any county executives or deputy county executives or developers of economic development or any people like that, it would really be great. I'm getting interest from like Long Beach. I would like to do it here in my hometown. Thanks so much. Love to talk to you. Good night.
Next, it's Adro.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah, and this is Amarildo, and we are Adro. And what we do is we're helping immigrants and international students coming to the U.S. for work or study to become visible in the U.S. financial system. Today, internationals struggle every step of the way to get banked and to access equitable financial services in the U.S. Without a social security number, without a credit history here, every step of the process is significantly more complex. Most of the time, they're not able to get accounts at large banks or their local bank. They may be able to get a component of that and often shop around to piece together all the different elements they need to pay tuition, to pay rent, to pay for daily living expenses. Building credit is a challenge, often slow, especially if you're not able to get a credit card on day one. This is a painful problem. Amarildo saw it very early when his family came over, and we saw it again in grad school just a few years ago, and we continue to see it with the students we teach day to day. We want to change that with Adro.
What do we actually do? We work in partnership with universities, with employers, with institutions that have a vested interest in the success of their internationals, and we get them access to everything they need before they ever step foot in the U.S. in a legal, non-money laundering way. So what do they need? Checking account on arrival so they can move money in and out of the country. If they're here for school, they have to pay tuition. If they're here for life and work, they need a bank account to receive the money. Savings account so they can start earning in US denominated and cover the currency hedge back home. And lastly, credit. Credit's really important so you can go get a house, so you can go get an apartment where New York laws say you can't prepay. That completely covers that. Our view is we want to make that easier for them. That's the left-hand side of the business. With that, money in, money out. On the right-hand side, we want to help get them access to the products and services they need to succeed and thrive in the US. We can walk into T-Mobile, get a SIM card. They're going to do a soft credit pull. We can walk into Verizon, go get a cable box, and they're going to do a soft credit pull. If you're international, you're going to walk in and they're going to say, no, thank you, because they have no information on you. It's not that you have no credit. It's that they have an NA, AKA you don't exist to them. We want to help them in partnerships with the reasons why they're coming to the US. So how we go to market is through universities, being in part of the admissions packet, being part of the onboarding packet for international students, being part of the welcome packet. So the student gets all of the information for us before they ever step foot in the US. And the second they land at JFK, O'Hare, not LAX, because LAX is fine. LaGuardia is not. LaGuardia doesn't fly anywhere. So the moment they land in, everything just works. The accounts open immediately, completely kosher with US laws. And again, we don't launder money because that is bad. We work with international partners, have our tech stack partners along the way. What are we doing? First, we're focusing on international students as our beachhead and our market because they have the pain point and we more importantly can find them, can work with them, can show the value. As they grow through school and into being workers and OPT, STEM OPT, and different visa variants, we're looking to work with employers who have a vested interest in the success of their employees. The Deloittes of the world bring in many people, but so do many agriculture organizations that bring in farm labor. So do many nurses and hospitals and schools that bring in educators. We want to cover that gap. with the end North Star of making it easier for immigrants to be visible in the US. We're talking about 1 in 6 Americans right now are international born. That will be 1 in 5 by 2030 for the simple fact that America doesn't have enough people being born to self-replenish. Immigration is how the US population stays stable. Who are we? Amarildo. I spent my life in Westchester, Yonkers, YO. Worked in purchase. Sarah, my awesome co-founder, and Kevin, our CTO. Sarah's the adult in the room. What are our asks? We'd love to work with universities that you know. We'd love to work with employers. If you have money to light on fire, we can help. / if you have money to invest, we'll happily take it. And lastly, we'd love to work with people in your network and chat with folks in your network that are affiliated with universities, because that's who sees this pain point, and they're internationals that see the pain point, and we do want to solve this problem once and for all. Thank you.
Okay. Next, welcome Westchester Therapy.
Hi, I'm Dan Fellows, founder and CEO of Westchester Therapy. We make it easier for people in Westchester to not only find a therapist, but to find their therapist. So who am I? I'm a therapist in Westchester County with over 10 years of experience running a private practice. I am married to a therapist. I have 2 kids who will never want to be a therapist, but definitely will be in therapy. I have 2 sisters who are therapists, a brother-in-law who's a therapist, and both of his parents are therapists, several of therapist friends, and a handful of friends and family in therapy, myself included. And let's just say family gatherings are a little awkward. So finding a therapist could be a long, daunting process. There's too many options. It's time consuming. You just don't know where to start. And you actually want to give up before you do even start. As a therapist, finding your ideal client can be just as hard. You spend so much time screening potential clients that you're never gonna see. And your inbox and voicemails are just littered with poor fitting referrals. So say goodbye to lackluster directory sites and hello to a better way. Westchester's therapy is pretty simple. It's free for anyone in Westchester looking for a therapist. You take a quiz, and our quiz helps you aligns with your unique needs and goes far beyond education and specialty. After you take the quiz, you'll be presented with 3 top choices. You choose that therapist, and you let your journey begin. Just like in therapy, there's no one-size-fits-all approach, and that is the same way for therapists looking to grow their business. And that is why we created a 3-tier model. There are a lot of therapists out there. There's over 200,000 therapists in the United States, over 15,000 therapists in New York, and close to 1,500, I think it's more, therapists in Westchester alone. And I swear I am not related to all of them. We are the only directory site out there that is a hyper-local model. So if we could prove that this site could work here, we could expand it to other areas, Atlanta therapy, Denver therapy, Chicago therapy, wherever it is needed. Plus, our platform allows therapists to showcase who they are, just not as therapists, but as people. That's me fishing over there. Westchester needs this now. 50% of people who need therapy actually receive it in Westchester, and 20% of people give up after making 1 call. We hope to establish credibility here in Westchester, drive traffic to our site, and nurture and grow the business. And as I said, if we could do that, we could expand to other parts of the country. So who are we? We are a husband and wife team, and there's only so much that we could do ourselves, and that is why we need you to spread the word. I'm sure a lot of you people in here are in therapy. You could let your therapist know. If you're looking for a therapist, head to Westchester Directory. We just need to get the word out there so more people in Westchester could get the help they need. Thank you.
Next, welcome Latte.
Hi, I'm Jerry. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Latte. We're an AI-enabled platform that connects users like myself with career mentors. So before I begin, let me tell you a story. This is me. It was my junior year at Stern where I majored in marketing. I was looking for an internship for the summer, and I knew it would be a lot of hard work, but I was super, super motivated for the recruiting cycle. So I start with the clubs, and I make sure to network with my peers. Then I begin building on my presence on LinkedIn, Handshake. Honestly, I do a pretty damn good job. Finally, I go on a few coffee chats, and they go great. The people I talk to are genuinely impressed. So by the end of the recruiting season, I've basically attended about 40 hours of clubs and mixers, applied to 43 positions on LinkedIn and Handshake, and of course, attended 11 dreadful interviews. The result, 2 offers, but not at my target firm. And honestly, during that process, I could have really used some mentorship or guidance. The fact is, skill plus mentorship is equal to career growth. For early professionals like myself, we often have the skills to succeed in our target industry, but not necessarily the know-how to recruit effectively into our target firms. For us, Latte is the key to finding life-changing mentors. The solution? Well, here's what we are. We're an app that democratizes mentorship by making it instant and free. And here's how we do it. This here is Kevin. He's an actual user of Latte during our beta, and he specializes in marketing and UX UI. On Latte, Kevin is first able to access relevant connections with his peers on demand. Our AI then identifies Kevin's career needs based on his usage, and Latte curates a list of relevant mentors that will help him along his career journey. Kevin is able to request mentorship from them instantly, as well as book meetings with them without the hassle. During the summer, Kevin was able to access mentorship from the digital marketing lead at EY, as well as the SVP at Saatchi & Saatchi. He was promoted to chief of staff during his summer internship. After having launched about a month and a half ago, here's our traction. We have more than 350 downloads, and we facilitated more than 500 connections through our platform, and from mentors from all of these wonderful firms and more. We currently have 66% of weekly active to monthly active ratio, and we're currently partnered with the Entrepreneurship Center at NYU. Why now? Well, this is a lot of logos, but for jobs and networking, these spaces are already effectively democratized, but mentorship is currently just a mishmash of Google Sheets and Google Forms until Latte. So here's our business model. We're a freemium model that monetizes both paid users as well as enterprises who want to grant the premium version of Latte to their members. We also re-gift a small portion of this as free coffee cards and other small gifts to the mentors that volunteer on our platform. Here's the pricing model. On the consumer side, you can see that it's $16 per month, which is pretty good compared to LinkedIn. You can also see that for enterprises, it's about $100 per user per year. Our go-to-market is divided up into 2 stages. During the first stage, we intend to partner with university career centers, entrepreneurship labs, etc. And in the second stage, we're partnering with D&I funnels in finance, consulting, and tech. Here's our team. Our core team consists of me, Sarah, and Yvonne. The fact is, we're all students building an app that we would have used during our undergraduate journeys. We have incredible founder market fit. So, if you want to help us democratize access to mentorship, let's grab a latte.
All right, next it's Anodet.
My name is Ari. I am the founder of Anodet. Anodet is a monitoring system, an operating system for buildings, making buildings self-monitoring. I'm not sure if any of you are in this field, but if you are a property manager, building owner, usually there is high costs related to events that happen around your building. Those events, 2 listed here, could be someone slips and falls and there is an insurance claim against your insurance and your premiums go up. Or there are citations that go to your building because someone walked by and just threw a garbage, some trash in front of your building and you get a citation. Your camera picks this up, but it's the way that your camera picks this up is records it, stores it, and then you have to go back and look at it. So that's where Anodet comes in. It makes building self-monitoring by tapping into the existing infrastructure that you have for CCTV cameras. Most of you think of CCTV as a security tool because that's why you install them, but really why you use them is as a management tool. It's easy to install Anodet. You take your existing cameras, you put in your RTSP feed or your direct feed to the camera, and then it sends you an alert. And this is what it looks like. Each camera is a unique camera. For each camera, you can specify the type of event that you care for or all the events that we could alert on, which is 25 at the moment. An event could be first responders in your building, gathering, loitering, and so on. And it sends you that event. Today, the main of communication is email. We are live in 50 POC buildings, pilot buildings. So what we've learned is there is definitely a reduction in the amount of time a property manager, a building owner spends in front of their cameras. There's definitely 100% visibility of your building's everyday life. And what we're trying to narrow in is the amount of savings from an operating cost that this type of technology provides to your building. Right now, we think we're at 35%, but we don't know. We're trying to figure that out with the POC. This number is incorrect. As of today, we're over 300 buildings, so that's 1.5 million in ARR, and we're a 4-month-old startup. The market is massive. Looking here, I have serviceable market as the amount of multifamily buildings and cameras in those multifamily buildings. But to give you a statistic that I learned earlier, actually last week at another pitch event, there are the equivalent of a Manhattan being developed every single month in the United States in terms of multifamily buildings. This market is not only massive, this market is growing almost exponentially. And I don't even know what the number is worldwide. And we're just barely scraping the surface with our 300 buildings. The business model is pretty straightforward, recurring payments. We charge the building a yearly fee per building. And what happens is that we can store a lot of data as we're tapped into all of these camera feeds, and data is information, and information is extremely valuable. To the right party, the information becomes extremely valuable. We haven't tapped into this yet, but hopefully soon. There's definitely competition, as in most startup there is, but we are purely software in multifamily buildings and as an operational tool. We are not a security company. Can be used as a security company. As a team, we've done this before. All of us have funded multiple companies before, some successful exits and some failures. Our ask is same as every other startup here, pilots, investment, and thank you.
Next, welcome FMR Wellness.
I am Erica Christ, founder of FMR. We are an insurance-based company that helps orthopedic patients heal faster after surgery using our customized nutrition programs. FMR started when an orthopedic surgeon asked me, as a registered dietitian, if I could create nutrition programs for him. Absolutely, it was an easy yes. As a registered dietitian with over 20 years experience, it is my passion to empower people to heal as quickly as possible and to also live the healthiest life they can using good nutrition. But here are some facts. There is an absolute financial impact when a person goes into orthopedic surgery and they are not properly nourished. This is due to a patient staying longer in hospital or being readmitted into the hospital or having a greater chance of having an infection. By providing nutrition education before surgery, not only can we improve patient health outcomes after surgery, but we can also have a strong impact on that number. So this is something that is preventable. Patients are also looking for this type of information. They want nutrition education. There are so many barriers, though, that are preventing them from receiving the best, most valid information that they can get. Most importantly, traditional nutrition education received from a licensed registered dietitian like myself is traditionally not covered by insurance until now. I am extremely proud that FMR is the very first insurance-based program that offers customized nutrition plans for orthopedic patients before they go into surgery, allowing them to be prepared with all the tools that they need to help them heal faster after surgery. Our programs give them everything that they need, helping figure out any questions that they have before surgery, getting them prepared. Our team has the experience to give them what they want and what they need in a fiscally responsible way. Our first pilot is beginning this January 2024 with a local orthopedic team, and we look forward to having you join us in future programs or being involved with us financially or joining our communication list. I look forward to answering any questions that you may have after the program tonight. Thank you.
Okay, next, please welcome CheckRare.
Hello, my name's Peter Suzuki, and I am the founder and publisher of CheckRare. My co-founders here in the audience, Scott Harwood. Scott, you can put your hand up. Thanks for your time today, letting us talk about our platform and rare diseases. Our team has a passion for rare diseases. We're all excited to work for amazing doctors, physicians, advocates, and pharmaceutical execs to raise awareness and educate people on rare diseases. The definition of a rare disease is any condition that affects more than 200,000 people. There are more than 10,000 rare diseases that affect over 35 million Americans. 1 in 10 people have a rare disease, and most of these patients are children. Traditionally, rare disease patients have been overlooked and undertreated by the healthcare system. CheckRare is part of a movement to change these inequities. Our healthcare system is getting better at recognizing rare diseases, but there's still a lot of work to be done. On average, it takes between 5 and 8 years for rare disease patients to be properly diagnosed. Healthcare providers are trained to look for more common diseases when diagnosing patients. For this and many other reasons, rare disease patients are often overlooked. We created CheckRare to address the unique challenges that rare diseases pose for patients, physicians, and the pharmaceutical industry. Patients and physicians use our platform to learn more about rare diseases, and the pharmaceutical industry uses us to reach our audience. We create and publish content featuring rare disease experts. We've published over 5,000 articles, and we have uploaded over 2,000 video interviews. We have over 1 million YouTube views and over 1 million website views. We also have 40 pharmaceutical companies as clients currently. Our content has identified new patients, has helped enroll patients into clinical trials, and has been shared with leading medical centers and rare disease organizations. Our current pharmaceutical clients, however, represent just a small tip of the rare disease iceberg. Rare disease market is over $250 billion annually and growing. Every major pharmaceutical company has rare disease treatments as part of their pipelines. Our team has extensive publishing, scientific, and database experience. We all have a passion for helping the rare disease community. Our ask is threefold. We want to broaden our network, be introduced to physicians, advocates, medical centers to continue to create content. We're looking for strategic business partners to work with us, healthcare publishers, healthcare agencies, to help build out our platform, and also capital partners, bankers or venture capitalists to help us raise money so we can hire some folks. Thank you very much.
Please welcome Livestream Digital.
Hi, I'm Ann Sullivan. I'm founder and CEO of Livestream Digital Innovations, where we've helped nearly 1,000 students successfully showcase themselves in the college application process. I started this business as a mom who was frustrated because I couldn't help my boys stand out in the application process. And I knew other moms felt the same way. I'd worked with admission professionals for years, so I asked them, how do you differentiate them? And they said, it's really hard. So I had been in technology for a number of years. So when I couldn't find it, I decided to build it, and Livestream was born. Livestream is a content management platform and portfolio solution for students where they can save their best work, their athletic or artistic talent, their community involvement, and more. And it enables admission professionals to get a truly holistic view of who an applicant is and what they can do beyond grades, test scores, and a resume. You know, one of the biggest challenges for students in this application process is that they are unorganized, and digital media is everywhere. And this is leading to loss of critical information, loss of time, loss of energy, and these kids just can't put their best foot forward in the application process. So Livestream helps them get organized and consolidate their information over time so they have it when they need it. It also enables personal branding and storytelling, which is critical to today's application process. But you know, students aren't the only ones challenged in this application process. Admission professionals are challenged too. With COVID grading, test optional, test blind, and now the impact of AI on essays, they really don't want to make bad decisions. Because if they make a bad decision, it can lead to higher yield rates, higher dropout rates, and higher transfer rates. So Livestream portfolios enable admission professionals a more holistic, authentic view of who an applicant is because it helps them experience the applicant. It lets them see samples of their work, their talents, their skills, and so much more. Plus, if you're an applicant who sends one to an admission professional, they can see and be more confident in their decision-making, leading to more acceptances and scholarships too. Now, this is not a new issue, but today's solutions are ineffective and inefficient for today's students. Livestream enables students to save information over time beyond the application in any digital media format. So it's not just for pictures and videos, it's for Word, Excel, PowerPoint, even code can be put into Livestream. And they can upload from any device. So it's a perfect solution for our digital natives. And our digital natives, they're applying to high school, college, and trade schools more than ever before. They're also graduating at higher rates than ever before. And our millennials are applying to jobs and changing jobs at higher rates than ever before. So admission professionals are going to need Livestream too. So we are not only supporting students for high school and college, but we're supporting students for life. And we have a great team behind the scenes working to make this happen. And we're growing, but we need your help in scaling. And so if you have any introductions to high school or college administrators, admission professionals, career services, we'd love to meet them. Or we'd love to have you invest in us so that every student who wants to apply to high school, college, or for a job or internship can start live streaming today. And with that, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you to the Element 46 team and the cohort, as well as Westchester County for this opportunity. And I look forward to meeting you this evening.
Okay, and last, Pixello.
Hi, everyone. Last but not least, I'm the fourth child, so, you know, I'm used to it. I'm Jane Goodrich. I'm founder and CEO of Pixello, and I'm here to talk to you about how we are transforming the professional photography space. It's an $18 billion industry just in the US alone, and I'm determined to actually make it work for photographers. So professional photographers get into the business because they love the creativity and the flexibility. As we all know, everybody wants flexibility given their shot at flexibility during COVID. The demand has increased. The demand for photographers is growing. 45% of probably you and the rest of America have plans to purchase photography services in the next 12 months. And did you know there's 610 million digital camera owners in the world? Yeah, they all owned 1 billion cameras. So starting a photography business can actually be flexible, and there's a lot of demand for it. But guess what? It's not easy. For every 1 hour of a photo shoot, there's 12 hours of back-end work. And that's been increasing since 2010. It was 9-to-1 ratio back then. And 85% of photographers do not profit after the second year. It doesn't have to be that way. You know why? Because if I can run 2 professional photography businesses successfully over the last 13 years here in Westchester, and mentored thousands, hundreds actually, I'm not going to lie, hundreds of professional photographers to profitability. It can be done. And what I've done is over the last few years of just realizing how can this be done is we brought these learnings to Pixello to ensure photographers can succeed within the first 2 years of their business. Well, what is Pixello? Well, Pixello is an easy all-in-one solution. Thanks, you're yawning, it's distracting. Just kidding. I'm boring you, I'll move on. An easy all-in-one software solution to manage and grow a photographer's business. Photographers need to do a lot of things other than take photos. I see you there, you get me, right? Market, manage, monetize, you need to learn things. Pixello takes care of that all for photographers. And guess what? We also built the platform to work on the go as well. Current software, fragmented, and you have to wait to get back to your desktop to do it. This is you can use it on your phone, on your iPad, and photographers are loving it, by the way. Did I tell you we're in market? We have over 200 users paying, loving it. They're obsessed. They can use it in between shoots while they're actually picking up the kids from the school or in the grocery store, send an invoice. It's great. And not only that, we have some secret sauce. We are photographers' personal business coach. We have patented machine learning and AI built in to optimize photographers' businesses. And what that means is photographers struggle with the business side. We're extremely creative, but the business side, we really need the help. We need the software to help automate all the business-generating revenue. And on top of that, we have the world's leading smart profit calculator to help determine profitable pricing. How does Pixello make money? Through SaaS subscription. Again, is that recurring payments? I think it is. Revenue share, we help photographers make money through selling professional print albums, greeting cards, no longer sending them to the Shutterfly. They can sell them on their own. And we also have a really robust blog and educational platform where we help photographers start their business through LegalZoom or TurboTax. Market opportunity is huge. 600 million people have for cameras. They can start a photography business in the next day, but there's an increased demand. It's an $18 billion market in the US for photography services. Competition, basically all you need to know, it's fragmented if you use it. And that's if you actually use some of the software. Most people don't use Gmail and Dropbox, which is losing money in optimization. We are looking for intrigued investors to join us as we transform the industry and help photographers become profitable again. Scan the code, see if you want to sign up. If you want to become a photographer because you have a digital camera, do it. We can help you. Thank you.
First, we need to thank the leadership that's come together to enable this program. So again, that's the County's Office of Economic Development, Sandy, Westchester Angels, Eliza Edge, Hudson Valley Venture Hub, and to the founders, thank you, because this is hard to do. If you are interested in investing, let us know. We'll get you in touch with Sandy. If you know someone who's active as an entrepreneur outside of Westchester, let us know. We'll get you in touch with the Hudson Valley Venture Hub.